7 minutes past the top of the hour. Our guest is Dane Chol. Artist name is DCee. DCee, what do you take about that? He left the 99 always for the one. What's your interpretation of it?
He leaves the 99 always for the one. For me, I believe that God, that means that he always looks after each and every one of us. So even if you think there are many people, that means that he doesn't ignore your needs as a Christian. And so whatever it is you're facing, always give it unto God.
Do you agree with what Jojo has said?
Yes, I do. I feel it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you feel special?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because so I can intentionally not be part of the group as I would feel special.
No, not in that way. I think you've misunderstood me. I'm saying it makes you feel special, like he's seeing you, even if he has like a lot of people there. If you pray right now, God listens to your prayer. Now kuna a list of prayers from even many people, uko Turkana, uko nini, but he still listens to your prayers and answers it. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. DC, niaje?
Poa sana Eddie.
Our dry run, you indicated that it's your first time being in front of a microphone, your sound going to the airwaves and then going to people's ears, to our listeners' ears and many other people, and also just being recorded while having an interview.
Yes.
How do you feel?
It feels amazing. This is part of my journey. I've been to studios, but in a studio where I'm having an interview. I'm a musician, so in a studio where I'm having this is actually my first interview. So this is history being made in the process. So it's quite an interesting and an exciting. It's exciting to be here today. Yeah.
Umefeel aje tu ile tu kufika tu kama msanii, but this time not recording anything. This time it's just you being answering to the questions,
just talking.
And that's just talking. What's your feeling?
Yeah, man, it feels really amazing. It feels really amazing. I can't quite describe it. These are part of the things we live for as artists and as entertainers, to be in such spaces. So it's quite an honor to be here. Yani nilikuwa tu na feel too excited from the moment I walked into the station door. I've been excited, yeah.
Hivyo tu.
Hivyo tu naweza sema.
Kushtuka kuna nini hiyo?
Uski nervous.
Uski kutetemeka.
Yeah. Inakuanga.
How is this different from
recording music?
Yes, bado ni studio.
I can feel like for this being my first time, and my compare it to the first time I recorded music. When I recorded music, I was quite a bit nervous because I didn't know what to expect. Right now, yes, I could be a bit nervous, but at least I did my research and I've seen a lot of people, and I've throughout the years I've learned before even I come here that when I get here, I just make it a comfortable space, and you guys have done actually a good job of making it a comfortable space.
Nice. So now that you felt comfortable, let us start the journey.
Yeah.
Where did it all start? How did it all start? Naturally, fika Java.
The journey has, I can say how it started. You know, it's quite interesting because my mom used to tell me that I started singing as early as I could start talking. That's a true story. She told me that I started singing as early as I could start talking. Yeah, and I don't remember, but yeah, I've been singing for a very long time, since I was a kid. It has always been my dream to become an artist. It has always been my dream to become an artist, and yeah, and even in its fulfillment right now, it's quite a joy. And how I started recording is, you know, I used to record myself on the phone when I was 16, 17 years. I used to record myself on the phone singing, just singing and posting it online, and it got some interest. And my cousin, shout out to my cousin DB, he was actually in South Sudan during this time, And he called me and he connected me my first producer. He's called producer Eddie, who recorded me my first track when I was
Eddie mwingine.
Yeah, another
Eddie.
si mimi.
yeah Eddie.
Okay. Sawa, labda
Yeah.
ilikuwa mimi and then tuanze kugive credits. Okay,
Yeah.
sawa.
My first producer is actually called producer Eddie. He's alongside Jamuri, and I did my first recording when I was in Form 3, my first song.
Okay.
Yeah, and since that I've just been passionate. I've been loving the step all the way until today, here where I am today at Shine FM.
Okay.
My first interview.
Okay, so when you said you started singing as a kid,
Yeah.
did any artist inspire you to start singing, or were you particularly looking at which genre did you listen to actually?
I grew up. For me, where I grew up, I grew up in. I'm actually not a city boy. I grew up in Kapsabet, a place called Kapsabet. So where I grew up, we listened to Michael Jackson. We listened to Michael Jackson a lot. And that time Chris Brown was coming up. So when I started singing, I started with the likes of Michael Jackson, yeah, and the Kenyan singers from back then, Akina Wahoo. Those are the people we used to listen to. Yeah.
So what experience shaped up your relationship with music?
What the experience that shaped up my relationship with music was particularly in primary, where I started writing music. It shaped up my relationship with music because there I went to a school where I never used to write music, but I saw people used to write music, used to engage with music. They used to write and present their songs on Saturday. So that is where I got the interest in writing. That's where it all started from at class 8. Yeah, and I started writing music from there. Yeah, and it was actually fun. We would write music and then go ahead and present. Yeah, even we would write. It was just a fun experience. We usually had that platform where if you had a talent, you would present your stuff. So that is, I feel for me, that is it is actually where my journey for music began properly. Yeah.
Now, you've talked about your brother helping you while being in South Sudan.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us understand your nationality, maybe where it started, and if it has also influenced positively or negatively through your journey.
For me, yes, my nationality, I'm South Sudan. But that is where my parents were born. Me, but as for me, my heart is Kenyan. I was born in Kenya, and I was born and raised in Kenya. I was born and raised in Kapsabet until a certain time I came to Nairobi. And being where I am from, repeat the question, has it shaped?
How has it influenced maybe your journey, positively or negatively?
How has it influenced my journey? I can say a bit negatively, because where I'm from, sometimes being a musician is frowned upon, and it is a culture thing. When you're seen as a musician, you're seen as someone who is not capable of procuring, keeping his life together. Keeping his life together perhaps, and you're not even capable of maintaining yourself. That is just our culture, but it is not something that is going to stop me from pursuing my dreams, because music is a passion I've had literally since I was a child. Yeah. And coupled with being a musician, I also play basketball and I'm an economics major. So it is not something. Those are just for me, what I think they're just setbacks. People are not really exposed where I come from back home. So, they have a way of looking at things. But just because I'm a musician, it doesn't mean that I am destined to fail, just like other musicians out there. Yeah, that doesn't mean you're destined to fail. So I kind of feel like it's it's just the negative aspects of our culture. Yeah, sometimes even as Africans, it's not only from South Sudan. Yeah. So
So when you sit down to create music, what usually comes to the process? What is your main process? Is it the lyrics? That's where you unashikanisha? Is it the melody? How do you start your music process, in short?
For what I've been doing with my music process is writing exactly what I feel at that moment in time. That has been my thought process. But with as time progresses, I'm now getting management, and even songwriting is something that we are really working hard on. We are working on conveying a specific feeling, even if you're not really the first person. Right now I've got management, and so it is something that we are working on, how we present our lyrics in writing. There's a team, so many of them, they're writing for me so that at least we can have success. Yeah, but what I used to do is exactly how I felt is what I wrote. Yeah.
So what type of music do you do actually?
I'm a hip hop and an R&B artist. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Sorry. The genres I can do R&B, I can do specific any types of hip hop, and even Afrobeat, Afro swing. Yeah, so mine is just I've specialized in melody. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe that beyond entertainment there is power in music? And what makes you believe that there is power beyond just it being a form of entertainment?
I believe music. I believe music is one of the most powerful tools on this earth, because my job is to convey how I feel, and even beyond conveying how I feel, I speak to the feelings of other people. And so I believe music is a healer. Music is not just for entertainment, it is not just for business. Music is a healer. Somebody can be coming, somebody could have lost a family member, but through music, he feels better. Someone could be sick, but even music heals you. You could have your own stress, your own depression, and that is a power that music has. Music is music started with God and its angels. It is not something that just it just came across. It was there even before you were there, right? Yeah. So it is a powerful tool. It is a powerful tool, and it can heal. It can heal your inner, it can heal your inner wounds, even your stress. Yeah, I feel music, that's why music is a powerful thing, and it should you should really take your time. You should really take your time with how it is you're conveying your music to other people. Yeah.
In the world of entertainment, music today, many artists are usually not authentic. Do you believe there is importance in authenticity or for an artist in today's industry?
I believe there is importance in authenticity, yes, because your music is your identity. Because your music is generally who you are, So if you're not authentic, you do not have the yani, can I speak in Swahili?
Yeah.
Hauna ule again, you don't have that inner understanding. Sorry, you don't have that inner understanding of why it is you are doing music. Yeah. And so I feel authenticity is actually one of the most important things. And why I feel people run away from that authenticity is everyone is rushing to make a hit song here. Everyone is rushing to make a hit song there, and we forget the actual purpose of music.
Yeah, I know. So what challenges as an emerging artist can you say you face in your daily making music and everything, even your journey?
Challenges as an emerging artist, we have sometimes fans, not being supported, and it is not something that I essentially complain about, because I usually say to myself, you know what, DC, even though this is hard, you're going to figure it out. But one of the challenges is actually funds and not being supported, and not being even supported by your parents or your guardians. And that's why you find many people turn to record labels, and not so many record labels are good. Others can rip you off, others can take advantage of you. So one of them is funds to start the music. And number two, it is that authenticity. I feel like it is not for me, but many people have that problem. And once you discover, I feel like you first have to discover what is within you, who you are within, before you can convey your music to other people. Because if you look at successful artists such as Ashake doesn't, he does his thing very different from other people, but
Yeah.
he's very authentic. And even though he speaks in Yoruba, he knows that his music is going to be understood by other people. And so authenticity can be a challenge, and lack of funds, I'm sorry. And then the other thing is lack of awareness in the industry. I feel like industry economics should be something that should be pursued by each and every musician, because I was looking at something that was said by Savara.
Mm-hmm.
He said that you might be very good in the music, but if you don't understand the business aspect of it, you are more likely to fail.
You're more likely to fail if you don't understand the business part of music.
If you don't understand the business aspect of music, however how talented you are.
We're having a conversation about then emerging artists and the challenges. Well, also right now in the industry there is this good development of digital platforms. And is it advantageous? Are you feeling the advantages of digital platforms such as social media in building your music career? Or
Yes.
Emerging artists, are they feeling the advantages right now? Ama hiyo pia ni shida in terms of building a career?
See, shida. I feel like social media is actually more advantageous to us artists, because it is a platform that enables us to export our music to every kind of people as we try to build our community, such as TikTok, But another thing with social media is social media si ati ni kitu tu unaweka una post. Also, that's why these things, they have to be carefully studied, because if you don't study these things, pia inakuwa ngumu, si ndio? Inakuwa a bit challenging to put your work on social media, because unaweza kosa kuona hayo matokeo mapema.
Okay. 25 minutes past the top of the hour. Now there's that great beat yenye tunafaa tuongee sasa, which is your upcoming album. Having an album is a big deal. We want to understand it from you and what the album is about, your project, your dreams of the future, and everything else. But we'll have that just after the break. We're going to take a quick one. Keep it Shine FM. The show is The Conversation. You can get us at Shine FM. That is fast 99.9 on the frequency media. Or also you can go online and search at shinefm.daystar.ac.ke. Hapo tunasikika vizuri zaidi. And also you can interact with us online at our Instagram, at our WhatsApp channel, at our whatever. Hizo zote zenye utafikiria, TikTok, wherever. Tuko hapo. Just write Shine FM na unatuona. The show is The Conversation. The next song is No Turning Back by Gaze Baba and Lawrence Oyor. Keep it Shine FM. Now, someone like these guys here, they are artists. You're also an artist.
Yeah.
But there's something which is usually like a big deal to artists.
Yeah.
And that is having an album.
Yes.
Ebu tell us why.
I feel like having an album is it is important, because you're able to convey all your thought processes, which are in one idea to many people. Na sasa ukipata, unapata, number one, it could be a great source of revenue. That aside, unapata you give your fans you give your fans that unapea hiyo uwezo wa kukusikia at least for a while, unaona. Yeah, because dropping singles, yes, you can drop a single, but the number of times one can listen to that song without wanting more. So actually kuwapatia projects mingi inakwanga basically tu, it is like a gift to your fans. Yeah. And that is how I take it.
What does it take for one to first of all think about it, create it, start it, have it, e process yote, and just try and bring it into a layman's language from an artist to a level now how big the thing is to just have an album before start to enter into the conversation about your upcoming album.
So I feel like having an album ni kitu kubwa sana, because before I came to the conclusion of wanting to have this album, I had a meeting with them. I had a 2-hour meeting with my manager, because number one, an album is supposed to convey who you are as a person. It is supposed to convey who you are as a person. That is, it is supposed to bring out your brand, number one. Yeah. And so I feel like actually that was the point of my album. It was actually to showcase my brand, with other things upcoming. So there has to be that meeting you have with your producers of what you want your brand to be before you release the album, what the album is supposed to be about, and each song in the album is actually thought of carefully. Yeah. You see, for some musicians like me, usually have like a list of so many songs. And so there are people, trusted opinions. They have to sit down together and choose from them maybe the best 10. You see? So it is, number one, it is that process of sitting down with the manager and seeing what the album is going to convey. And number two, those songs have to be carefully selected, because you have to ensure that every song has a potential of becoming a hit, understanding the business side of music once again. Yeah. So that's what it takes. And I feel like an album builds that brand for an artist. And it is actually a sign of that longevity. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't do it alone. From what you've described, it seems like a whole team work.
Yeah,
process.
It is a teamwork process. Hauwezi fanya peke yako. Ukifanya peke yako inakuwa ni ngumu sana. For right now, me and my manager, we've actually planned out everything. DCee, tumehire photographers. We've already calculated the budget for the album. Tumeongea na ma promoters. We are looking for shows to promote this. We are looking for shows to promote the album. So that is actually the whole thought process. It is a team. It is like a team sport. You cannot do it alone.
You cannot do it alone. Yeah, it's a team function. Okay.
So now tell us about this coming album.
Wow. I'm really excited for it, because it actually shows who I am. With number one, it's so many heartbreaks, and with so many things to bring you down. I've always been a lover boy. It's just in my nature. So I feel like that album is going to give the perspective of a lover boy. It is called A Lover's Perspective. You understand?
Yeah. So it's like a series of love songs or something.
It is a
heartbreak.
Yes, it is a series of love songs.
Not heartbreak. You're not gonna talk about
it is now the cure. It is now the medicine.
Oh yeah. So you're talking about after healing, I still want to go back to love or something.
It's not even. It's just the whole thought process of a lover. It's just the whole perspective. What is it that I have seen in this person I like, and it is the album is going to be that it is going to be conveying that perspective of a lover. What it is you like about this part, what it is you like about this individual, how do they make you feel? It is going to entail an Afro swing, and R&B. So it is also something that is going to show, I like to call it my prowess in the genres I undertake. Yeah.
Kuna collabo mali.
Kulikuwa kukuwe na collabo, and I don't know if I should say this on air. Juu ni mtu mkubwa. Ni mtu mkubwa. Should I say it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, Emma, we love drama.
So me and Mr. Right, I believe mnamjua. You know Mr. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were supposed to have a song together. It is actually a song nilikuwa nimeandika na nimerecord last year November. We had already gone into the business side of it, but there was some other complications here and there, and plus he has a beef ongoing. So I feel like it was good for me to actually remove myself from that kwanza.
Taki vita.
Kwanza unajua wanaume kwanza wasort maneno yao, and then coupled with the business side, I said maybe we can work on that later on during the year. But that was the only collabo that was planned. It is actually an EP I'm dropping, not an album. An EP is a short album, let's say with 6 plus songs. So,
Album inafika 12.
Album inakwanga 8 plus. Yeah, from my experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was a difference. Many people didn't know that there's a difference in album. Ukisema album, people thinking maybe 5 songs, 6 songs.
Yeah, there's actually a difference. Yeah. An album usually ndo inakujanga kukuwa na inakwanga na so many songs, but inakwanga na from 10 to 15 songs. Yeah. And then a mixtape has like 30 songs. You remember what akina Michael Jackson used to do back in the day? They never used to drop albums. They used to drop mixtape. So many songs, Yeah. And for me, what I'm dropping is an EP. It's a short album of 6 songs, which we have actually curated a plan on how we are going to drop that EP.
Okay, so in your songs or in your album, is it a message to someone? Like, what inspired you to actually write or to actually drop this album?
What inspired me, first of all, besides the person, maybe hatujui, is actually, I actually wanted to be myself, to actually be myself for once. And to actually convey, because I have so much love within me that I could only share, Yeah, so that was what inspired me to write. And another thing that inspired me to write was to actually find means to convey my message better, to convey my love better in writing,
Yeah.
That is actually part of what inspired me to write this. And is there a person? Use it. I won't get into that. Okay.
When should your audience expect the album?
The album is going to be in June. What we are doing first is we are doing a release of a slow release. We are not going to have the album, all of it out at once. We are going to release the first song we're going to release the first song in end of April, which is called Swahili Lady. It is currently in the process of being mixed and mastered. And then we're going to drop the second song in in May. Yes, we're going to have the second song drop in May. It is an R&B, which coupled with the drop-in, we are going to do efficient marketing. We are going to incorporate so many things into the drops. And then finally in June, we are going to have all of them out now together. Yeah.
So what can you say success looks like for you in your music? And where do you see your music taking you in 5 years?
For me, what success looks like is being able to successfully gather up that community of, I like to call them the D-symphonies, that community of the symphonies who are going to be there with me throughout this journey of music, who we are going to listen to this music together. For me, I feel like it is not a must for everyone to listen to my music, but it is important that I correctly convey how I feel so that it can find the correct people. Do you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, so I feel like that is what I'd. So success number one is making sure I correctly convey myself, and I hopefully it finds the right magnitude, the right amount of people. And where I see myself in 5 years, the sky is the limit, you know? In 5 years' time, I want to be able to drop at least 3 more albums and at least make myself known in the Kenyan scene. That is before I reach my long-term goal of becoming an international artist.
You're talking about making yourself known. So what kind of impact do you wish or believe to see your music make to the industry, to the audience in the sort of time span yenye tumesema in the few years to come?
The kind of impact I wish to have as an artist is I want to actually bring back what love was, you know, what that original love was through my music. I want to see that change. I want to see that genuinity in love, not only in Kenya, but all around the world, you know. In today's world, there are so many cases of divorce, sorry to say, rising. And I feel like that is because we have misunderstood and misappropriated what love is supposed to be and what it is supposed to look like. And through music, that can be conveyed properly, and that is a kind of influence I would like to have.
So umesema mtu yote aliye na tatizo katika ndoa, katika mapenzi,
they just listen to your song.
Umepata superhero.
When you're Dr. Love kwa ngoma.
Tumempata.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a parting shot, maybe to the students who are wishing to have something the same way you are doing, or to anyone with aspirations and they are a bit hesitant, or they don't know what to do, or they don't know how to do it, what would you tell them right now?
For me, number one, I would tell them to build resilience. It is important that you be resilient because you're going to face so many challenges, but never let those challenges come between you and your dream. Number two is to always ensure that you are working to improve yourself. You know, as good as many artists we believe we are. Me myself, I believe I'm a good singer. I've always been a good singer. My flow has always been good. That is how I think of myself. But as an artist, there is always something I can improve, and it should be the same for each and everyone who is aspiring to be an artist. Always seek to improve yourself in every aspect. Always understand that the sky is the limit and the learning will never stop, even at any point of where you are.
Okay.
At your artistry.
The sky is the limit. Na tukifikia sky jamani, sky inakuwa limit. Siku moja tutafikia hiyo sky.
Tutafika hapo. We will touch it.
Thank you so much for honoring our invite. Tunashukuru sana.
All right.
We're wishing you all the success that you need.
Bless.
In your upcoming album and many
Bless.
more to come.
Bless.
Wejibambe, you enjoy, have it nice, continue saving relationships, making it be the way they
and
were.
teaching men how to love.
Ni men kweli.
Si men peke yake.
Exactly. So tafadhali.
Tukisikiza
Teaching
ngoma.
everyone mwenye hajui. Leo ajue tusianze hiyo vita saa hii, tutaimaliza unless mnataka tuianze, but it is 46 minutes past the top of the hour. We're going to take another breather, and then we'll jump onto our next conversation. It's a conversation we're going to have with the ECD officials. ECD official, acha niseme official, that is the ECD commissioner. Atakuja na tutauliza maswali. Any question you have about ECD, mtulete sahi. We're going to have the answer. Ama namna gani? So do not touch that dial. The show is The Conversation with Jojo and Eddie, na tutarudi in a few. Listen to the next song. Ningine tamu sana.